It's time for another episode of Drinking Whiskey. Welcome this fine evening. We are doing, you guessed it, the last thing on the list. A bourbon.
What is bourbon whiskey?
Oh, bourbon. That is, well, it's defined by many different things. I'm glad you asked. Generally, the easiest way to tell them apart is by region. Bourbon is American. It has to be, just like Scotch has certain rules, bourbon has rules as well, defined by law. So it has to be at least, I think it has to be more than 51% by corn, distilled by corn. So Scotch is more like malted barley, but you get bourbon, which is distilled with corn. Aged in new charred oak containers, which is what gives it bourbon. It's very distinct, more goldish tone. Gold is not the right word. Brownish.
Red?
Yeah, red. Bourbon is very nice. Very nice. I've tried all of these, and they are all very nice. This is the first time I actually cheated. I was supposed to record this video long ago, but there was just such immense pressure from you guys to make another one of these episodes. When is the next episode, Felix? I'm dying here. Here we are, finally, with the bourbon. The last of this series. This will be my last. We're gonna start with the Cyrus Noble, which is the most expensive one. Guess how much this one costs?
$120.
$272, I think. But it's a lot of whiskey. You get a lot of whiskey for that price, compared to the other ones.
What's the in front?
I'm glad you asked, because that's a mistake me and Jack made in the last video. So this is 80 proof, which means it's 45% alcohol. There you go. Let's try the Cypress Noble. Straight bourbon whiskey. This is from Kentucky. Fun fact about Kentucky whiskey. There are more barrels of whiskey than there are people living there.
What?
Don't know if that's actually true. I need to start fact checking better because I kept getting things wrong.
There's no way.
Yeah. So 95% of all bourbon is produced in Kentucky. Kentucky whiskey, you've heard of it.
Okay.
The state has more than 5.3 million barrels of bourbon that are aging, a number that exceeds the state population. I was right. That sounds like we need to move to Kentucky. Can you imagine? That's incredible. Now I just realized I poured myself one hell of a glass. But let's give it a try. It's got that very distinct bourbony, spicy flavor. Sniff on it. It smells beautiful. I could smell this. No, you don't. No.
What?
Now, this is exactly how you want bourbon to taste like. I really enjoy this bourbon. It's very nice. The meme is so dead. It's a strong flavor. It's not, unlike Scotch, which has strong, a lot of Scotch have strong flavor, but they're usually very smoky. This is that same strong flavor, but without the smokiness. It's more spicy. Yeah. Jefferson's Reserve. It says very old on the bottle. Very old Kentucky straight bourbon. That's the thing with bourbon. Nothing is very old. America is not a very old. There's a lot of stories about the origin of bourbon. Generally, people just agree on that. The Scottish people came, and they're like, "Hey, we want to drink something. What do you got here to make some fine whiskey?" And they're like, "Hey, we got corn." And then I'm just making this up, by the way. This is another Kentucky-based. Kentucky, God bless you. We should go to Kentucky.
Sure.
It's a very small batch bourbon, aged longer than its staplements for an extra slab of spicy complexity. Very nice. I guess the thing with drinks is that maybe I should just drink it. I actually think I like that one more than. Do you want to smell it? Okay. I think the Cypress is better overall. The flavor in your mouth when you have the Reserve is beautiful, but I'm not sure if I like the spicy kick that it describes. It is significantly cheaper, but it's also very nice.
Can I guess the time?
Yeah?
80.
I think that's it. Yeah, something 76 maybe. None of the bourbons are very expensive, I would say, compared to the Scotch. Some prices of the Scotch, it's pretty outrageous. 1964, that's when they declared that bourbon was bourbon by state of law. So bourbon is pretty young. They've been making it for a longer time, obviously, but bourbon hasn't been bourbon for more than 100 years at least. Even though they've been making bourbon for more than 100 years. Garrison Brothers, everybody! This is a Texas straight bourbon whiskey. So it's not from Kentucky, huh? Yay. This is the most cowboy whiskey I've seen. And they really try and promote it that way. I think they have a bourbon called cowboy whiskey or something. And that's the thing with that I think I really enjoy about whiskey. It sounds a bit pretentious, but it's more than just a drink. It's immersing yourself in an experience. You drink the Lafroig and you imagine yourself in Scotland. You drink some bourbon from Texas and you feel like a cowboy. You know what I mean? Yeah? Whew. The flavors are all so different. I don't know how to describe it. The spicy flavors, man. The spicy. I keep calling it spicy, but none of them really feels fantastic to me. They're all very nice, but so far, it's not like some of the Irish whiskey that I tried that are just like, oh my god, this is all I want to drink. Next up, they have the Cobalt. Single barrel whiskey rye distilled in Chicago. This one tastes crazy. That's all I remember.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it's very different. very, very different. They all taste so different from each other, but this one tastes particularly different. It's so strange. Some bourbon is so strange. I don't even know if this is bourbon. This tastes less, I was just gonna say, this one tastes not as strong as the other ones, but I guess you would disagree.
No, it's because I put my nose in it.
But I do like it. Obviously, I drank quite a lot from it, but I don't know. Next one I am very excited about. This is 100% straight corn whiskey, so it's not bourbon. Oh, that's the thing I forgot to tell about this one, because this is, or was it this one? I just noticed that there's a difference between Kentucky bourbon and Tennessee bourbon. I think the bottle that I couldn't find was the Tennessee bourbon. And they really try to make themselves their own thing in Tennessee. It seems like they're like, oh, we're not bourbon, we're Tennessee whiskey. And I was like, all right, calm down. This one clearly feels like they took moonshine and marketed it, kind of. They got a freaking wizard on the front of it. I tried this one. It's one of the cheaper ones. It's actually very nice. It's actually really good. As you can see, since it's 100% corn, it's a lot brighter than the other ones. It looks almost like Irish whiskey. This feels like the kind of stuff you would you drink with some ice, maybe. You don't have to be like, oh, drink. Oh yeah. Way less flavors than all of the others, but it still tastes real smooth. I really like it. I just bought it because I was like, holy crap, that bottle looks insane. Maker's Mark has been put on the map recently, becoming very popular in the UK. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, handmade, they put. I don't know what that implies. I think when you get to the really cheaper whiskeys, typically you wouldn't really enjoy it like the rest, but this is one of the cheaper ones that I actually would really enjoy just to get a little bit of taste of. So much flavor, so much spice. You feel like a cowboy. Last but not least, the Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels has that specific flavor, and it goes really well to mix in if you want to make yourself a highball. It's very nice to do that. Literally sparkling water and some Jack Daniels, and you got yourself a highball, and it's a very nice drink. And it doesn't dehydrate you like a lot of other drinks do. Like you keep drinking gin and tonics, or you keep drinking all these fancy drinks, you're not gonna feel good the day after, but you drink just whiskey and water, you know, you can't go better than that. Jack Daniels, everybody! The whiskey that probably most of you that are watching have tried. It's a Tennessee whiskey, and they go out of their way to say, oh no, we're not a bourbon, we're a Tennessee whiskey. See, that's what I was getting at before. Apparently what they do is they drip the whiskey through charcoal? Charcoal? Is that possible? That's what gives it its really distinct flavor, and it is a It is a nice flavor. I understand why it's so popular. I think because it has a real black label, they did a really good job marketing it. We study actually this in economy, how they market it, and black really put them on the market as a manly, you know, product. You see people all the time like, yeah, I'm drinking Jack Daniels, I'm a man, right? It's my last. It's been fun, guys. It's been fun. All the memories. It's been so many memories, so many wonderful times. I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. I want to thank all the community of whiskey drinkers. And most of all, I want to thank myself. Here's to me. That was it. That was all the whiskey. Might do another video if I get enough thumbs up. Can we get this to trending? A final whiskey. Will you laugh at me? You don't think I can get to trending? Challenge accepted, everybody. That was it. Goodbye, everybody. And remember, keep drinking. Safely.
Water.
Water, drink water.